What's up, guys? David Nader, 1, 2, and 2. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Today I'm going to do something a little fun. Normally it's deck profiles or card talks or whatever, but today I want to do top 8 crappiest vanillas in the game. Now, there is more than 8. Let's be real here. I could do a whole list on just level 5s. They're all really bad, but, to make this list a little more fair, I figured we'll do top 8, and we'll start at 8 and go down to 1, and we'll do those levels. So number 8 is a level 8, number 7 is a level 7, number 6 is a 6, and 5, and so on. So that way, you know, every crappy vanilla level gets represented in the list, and like I said, there are tons of bad cards for this. So what I tried to do was think of, even if it's marginally useful, like Shape Snatch, for instance, this bad boy. This card sucks, but it is a level 5 machine, so you could technically make Cyber Dragon Infinity with it, so even though his stats are terrible, and you would never play this in a machine deck, you could technically use it for that, so it makes it a little more useful than something that just can't be played at all. So anyway, let's get started. Number 8, Sengenjin. I don't know what to say about this thing. This thing is really, really cool. I've always liked this card. The artwork's got that classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Nostalgia vibe, and he apparently carries Millennium items. I think that's just a cool guy, but he's not very useful. He's a level 8 vanilla, so automatically he takes 2 sacrifices to play for 2750 attack. Most vanillas in this game, unless they're Blue Eyes White Dragon or some other vanilla dragon, are inherently not useful at all unless you get to below level 4. So he's a Beast Warrior Earth. There's not much you can really do with it. Those two aren't supported great. If he was level 7, you could run him in possibly a Machina deck, I guess, but no, he's level 8 and he's a big Beast Warrior. Number 7, Stone Dragon. Alright, he's a level 7 dragon. That's useful, except it's not a dragon. It's a rock type. Why is it a rock? It's a stone dragon, so I guess there was a 50% chance of it being a dragon or a rock. And they chose rock, and its stat line is horrendous. I don't know what you're going to do with this. If you could manage to make some sort of rock deck that could even summon this thing, what are you going to do with 2,000 attack for 2 sacrifices? Is it even worth the shenanigans to play it without sacrifice? No, this card sucks. And this card sucked even back in the day when this card came out. This is old. Most of these are probably, actually, I think all of them are just very old classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards when vanillas were actually a bigger part of the game. But even then, this card sucked. Number 6! Ancient One of the Deep Forest. Oh, yeah, this one's worth the 1 sack. Oh boy. With an 18-19 attack spread for 1 sacrifice, that's terrible. There's level 4s with better stats. This thing sucks. And as a beast, Earth, again, it's not supported very well. If this was a low-level beast, then yeah, maybe you could play it in like raccoons or something. You could probably get away with it. It would be bad, but you could still do it. No, this thing's a level 6 with level 4 stats. Number 5! Level 5 is the worst. This was the hardest part of the list. I thought maybe like the low level ones are going to be bad because like all the level 1s are useless, stupid monsters, but there's some useful level 1s like Flame Guard and Skull Servant, things you can actually use for something. No, level 5s though, damn, all the level 5 vanillas are crappy. I mean, but you gotta remember, a couple of them are dragons, so you can still use them in Heretics, even though you wouldn't. You would use a level 6, but you could conceptually do it. This thing, you can't. Sandstone. Oh my god. Another thing that could have been a dragon or a rock, and they made it a rock, and whoa boy, is this thing crappy. Despite rock being, you know, one of the most undersupported types we have, let's ignore that for a second. Its attack is worse than a lot of level 3s. This thing requires a sacrifice, it has no synergy with anything. I don't know if it ever even planned to. You would never put this in a deck even back in the day when the first set of the game came out with Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. this card sucks. Level 4. Now, level 4 was another hard one because, again, by virtue of being level 4, any vanilla could be useful because you could use it with Rescue Rabbit, I guess. So I had to pick something with crappy stats that's typing was weird and it just, you wouldn't run it in anything. And I picked this one. Souleater. Oh crap, level 4 Earth Fish. What? It's an Earth Fish. Okay, by making it Earth and Fish means all the Earth type support is probably for zombies and warriors and rock. So you're automatically, by making it a fish, alienating it from half of the viable Earth support, and by making it an Earth, you're alienating it from half of the viable water support, because most of the fish stuff is going to be more general water, or something more like that. So this thing being an Earth fish is really weird. And then it has 0 defense and 1200 attack. Oh boy, this thing is a beatstick. This card really, really reeks. This was never good. I don't know what they were thinking. This card blows. Number 3. Lightning Conger? Something? Alright, here we go. It's a Water Thunder with abysmal stats. Again, it suffers the same problem as Souleater. It's just got weird typing. It's a Water Thunder. How bizarre. Like, it's not even like a Sea Serpent or something, which would have actually, you know, at the time of this thing being printed, would have been a detriment to it, because Sea Serpents were drastically under-supported at the time, but now would actually be kind of useful, because it's level 3, and it's low, and it's a Sea Serpent, so you might be able to do something with it, with mermails or something like that, but nope, it's a Thunder Water. You gonna play this in hundreds or something? Like, no, because it's a water. Like, it's weird. And, like, I don't know what the hell you're gonna do with this thing. It's abysmal, and it's just weird. Like, and 3 was actually kind of difficult because a lot of them were at least appropriately typed. Like, Wind Wing Beast, or Dark Fiend, or Dark Zombie, or Earth Warrior. Like, they were all appropriately typed so that you could make the argument that, you know, there's some use for them, but like, they're all kind of bad, because all their stats are just awful. Number 2. Alright, so now we're getting down to the really nitpicky stuff. At this level, 2 and 1, the cards are either a tuner and useful, or not a tuner and crappy. So, we really could just pick any 2 monsters for the next 2 entries, but I picked this one. Flame Dancer. Mostly because the artwork is terrible. What is this thing? I don't know. It's a puppet tiki person, genie, something, I don't know. The artwork is dumb, the stats are crappy, at least it's appropriately typed as a pyro flame or fire or whatever it is, but like, its stats are bad. It's got 550 attack, which means it's 50 attack too much to be even used with like Blaze Accelerator or something, so it completely alienates it from all the volcanic support and all the other crap. So this thing is just useless. It's just useless. And like I said, you could have put any level 2 in this thing that's not a tuner, because they're all pretty useless. But this thing, it's dumb, it looks dumb, and if you look at the tips, it's like, you can search it with all the generic search cards, and that's all the suggestions, because there's nothing you can do with it. Number 1! Alright guys, number 1 is a personal pick. Over here at Yugi Nono's channel, I did worst cards in the game ever, and the last card on the list was very close to my heart as one of the most awful card designs ever made, so go check that video out. Although from its likes, or from its views, you probably already seen that one. I don't know what happened with that video, but it's got like more likes than all my, or more views than like the rest of my videos combined. But whatever, ignoring that. Watch my stuff! I decided that I can't make a list of bad cards without putting this card on it. And it is Petit Moth. Or Petit Moth or something. I don't know. There's no E. I looked it up. Maybe it was a typo. It's not Petite Moth, like a little moth. It's Petit Moth, meaning like petty, like useless or anything. I learned something. But yeah, that describes this card. Now, it's a low-level insect, which means, yeah, there's probably some things you can do with it in the insect support. However, its association with Larva Moth, the worst card in the game, automatically makes this the worst vanilla because it just out of association. Because Larva Moth sucks. Why would you ever somehow normal summon this thing, somehow special summon Cocoon of Evolution, attach that to your Petit Moth, and then next turn send both to the graveyard to summon this stupid Larva Moth from your hand. It's got lower stats than the Petit Moth did equipped with Cocoon Evolution. There is absolutely zero way that you would ever want to use stupid Larva Moth. And the fact that Petit Moth is a stepping stone on the grand tour that is Larva Moth, I couldn't, out of good conscience, not put this stupid card at number 1. This card sucks. Oh yeah, and its stats are bad, so that's a thing. Alright guys, I hope you like the list. These are actually really fun to do, because it's fun to dig through cards and see what there is, and just be like, oh man, that's crappy, why would they ever make that? That's all that stuff's kind of fun. But remember guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, click ads, because it actually makes me money. And I put that towards the channel. Any money I make on all this, it gets right back into here so that you guys can get some really cool videos. Because my crappy lights and crappy camera and crappy mic and the green screen back here, all that stuff, even though it's crappy, is still an expense. And, you know, the channel's finally taken off. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. And hey, remember guys, if you don't troll the meta, who will? I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, we got ourselves a pot of gold for St. Patty's Day.
That's a premium gold.
It's a premium gold, it is. And we also got...
I profusely apologise to any of our Irish viewers.
There's no one from Ireland here. We got a Midas Touch